Hey there, I hope you're doing great. This is Roben-Marie, and I am excited to share with you a few new stamps that we have available. And several of them are background type stamps. And then we've got these really cool faces that were designed by Kristen Peterson. And they are just so, well, her work is so quirky anyway, and I just love these. The jelly prints I've already done, and if you don't have jelly prints, you can use any kind of, paper, painted papers, anything like that to formulate your journal. So these are done on what is called True Ray construction paper. These are just pieces of it, and these have just been inked up and used when I was making jelly prints. Now what I really like is to use under paper where you've got these really cool just splatters and marks and things on it, very random. And I suppose I could use, but I think I want it to be a little bit bigger. So I was just kind of going through my papers to see what I want to use, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use this piece here for my little journal. So let's go ahead and take a look at I tore this actually, so I like that torn edge. And I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it on the top. And I want to do this in a kind of a way where I have a little piece sticking out and maybe even having a little pocket in here. So what if we did that and then maybe moved this over a little bit? I kind of like that one, although this is really pretty, but I think I like this one for the cover. Of course, it's not too late to turn it around. Maybe I should go with, yeah, I like that. So let me go with my first instinct on that. Okay, so we're going to use this stamp. This is what she looks like. And I'm going to use black acrylic paint to put her on the front. And I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit of black acrylic onto some deli paper. Let's go in with some blue. And I'm just going to use my finger here on this one and just going to kind of just paint in a little bit. Just kind of like this down here, this part of the jelly print needs a little bit of messing up. And it is wet, so I'm just going to, let's open this up a little bit. And I can dry it as I work, so I'm not really worried about that. All right, now I'm going to come in and let's use, I want to just enhance a little bit the eye here. So I'm just going to use, this is a Kimberly General pencil. I just had a little bit too much acrylic on there, and I think it needs a little, there's my Stabilo. That looks a little better. Now you can see her eyes a little more. And let's put some eyebrows on her, maybe right there. And with a little bit of water. I'm not going to put a lot. I'm going to just kind of Once you're happy with how your cover has turned out, we're going to go ahead and finish up a couple more things before we sew our pages in. So I've been using some scrap paper with black acrylic paint just to write random, really just random script, and I really like how it turns out. So I'm going to use some of this on the back cover. See how I left this little piece here where it's open? Well, I think I'm going to put this on here. It gives it some nice contrast too. So let's see here. Let's measure out. And it doesn't even have to be perfect, but I want it to kind of fit the length. So I'm just going to fold it. And this is also done on the True Ray construction paper. And I'm just going to tear it. And I think I'm going to fold it in half so that we have half on the front and then half on the back, which is cool. See, we got that nice little pattern there. Okay, so let's glue that on. And actually, I think what I'm going to do first is let's find a scrap. Here's a scrap of some paper that I jelly printed. And I think I'm going to put that on here. Well, it's not very thick. I got that one. I don't like that color. Well, I think this will be okay. So let's just tear it. I just want a little piece of it to go across the top. And look at how pretty this is on the inside. And it's really crinkly too, which I love. And it's not perfect. It's just messy and I love it. Okay, so let's put this right up here. And even at the top of my journal is not really perfect either. It's torn. The edge is torn. Let's stick that there. Okay, so now let's glue this on. And we're going to fold it over. Make sure it's in the fold. There we go. Okay, smooth it out. And let's run some scribbles on there and on the back. I'm just going to go around some of the letters here. Perfect. All right, see how easy that is? Now, part of the new line also includes some stickers. And I'm going to grab these little ones. These are from Kristen Peterson as well. And these are Woodland Fairies. And let's see, I think I just want to add a little pop of color to the back. So maybe this one. So I'm just going to put it right up here in the corner. And go around it as well. Okay, so that's just a little pop of color in the corner. And then I might put a sticker down here. Let's see what we got. Something light. Like maybe this one. This is pretty. Just to lighten up this spot down here. Yeah, I like that. Maybe like that. So let's fold it over. And there we go. That kind of helps blend it. Now, what I want to do next is I want to stitch the front. I want to stitch a pocket. So I'm going to stitch down here and then across the bottom. I don't really have to with this little sticker holding it in. I could leave it, but I really want to stitch that. I think that'll look good. That's the only thing I'm going to stitch, I think, or with the sewing machine. And then I'll come back and sew the book pages in. Okay, so basically if you want to do that, you can sew across the bottom and the side And I think that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to use black thread, so I'll have that contrast. And when I'm finished sewing that, I'll come back to you. Okay, so next are your pages, and I'm going to use the True Ray, the construction paper. Now, I've already measured this out, and I got a bundle here. I think I've got 6 pages, and they'll tuck nicely into here. And then I also cut a piece of, this is from a catalog. I just jelly printed it, and I cut it also to fit. So it's going to go right in here. But one of the things I did is I cut it a little long, so I've got the torn edge of it kind of sticking out, which I really like. So let's gather up our needle and thread. I use wax thread to sew, and I need a bookbinder's needle. And we're going to use a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Pretty easy. I'll walk you through it. And the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of tighten everything up. Place it in here. And the first stitch, first hole, I use the awl to poke in the middle. I eyeball it, and then I gently close, gently put it through. You can even put your needle in there now if you want. And then I do the same thing. I come in about 1 inch on one end, poke a hole, squeezing gently, and I do the same thing, come in about 1 inch on the other end. All right, so we start in the middle, and we go down, and leave a tail. Then go down to whichever hole, you can go up or down, that you want. Pull it through, bypass the center hole, and go to the other one, whichever one you didn't go to, and then come up through the middle. Now there's this bypass stitch here, so make sure that whichever tail, whatever you want to do, one on one side and one on the other. So since this is on this side, I'm going to move this over and put this one up through here. Now you always want to tighten your threads in the direction that you sewed. So this one was coming this way. So I'm going to gently tighten it and then tighten a double knot. You can also start on the outside and maybe tie some beads or some things on the outside of your journal if you want to, which makes it look really pretty. All right, so those are that's the pages. And see, look how cool that looks. And you don't always know, but this looks really good because it matches that. And you can even, you know, mark this up if you wanted to do it. You can add some more painting to it, whatever you want to do. And then we also have this one on the back. Now, last thing, I think I'm going to put just a little black and white label up here. So I've trimmed this out. It's been printed on sticker paper. Now the stamps that we used are these 3 for the hair. I did these little X's on here, and then I cut this out from this stamp. These are all part of a new set called Inked, and they don't come mounted on wood because I actually mount them to make it easier for me to take to classes, but they are available on rubber sheet, and there's a bunch of other images on it. And then we use this pretty face from Kristen Peterson's Woodland Fairy set. So I hope you enjoyed that. Quick, easy, really simple to make messy journal with like scrap. You want to know what do you do with your jelly prints? Here's a great idea. You could even make a tag, and she would fit nicely on that as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know. And I just thank you for watching, and have an awesome day. Until next time, bye-bye.